Hello and welcome to the channel. The People's Democratic Party (PDP) presidential candidate Alhaji Atiku Abubakar has attacked the All Progressives Congress (APC) governors for their unbecoming behavior as regard the Naira policy. With some of the governors of the ruling party at loggerhead with the president on his Naira policy, the polity has been heated going into the Saturday's election. While the governors had taken Buhari to court over the issue, some of them had been making incendiary comments about the presidency as well. Others have gone against his directives by declaring that the whole notes of 500 naira and 1000 naira, which he says have ceased to be legal tender in Nigeria, is still very much in use in their states. This has caused the PDP presidential candidate to address the governors to tone down on their antics as it is exciting the polity in the lead-up to Saturday's polls. Subscribe, like, share, and comment. Thank you. Hold banknotes. APC governors provoking anarchy, says Atiku. The presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), Atiku Abubakar, has accused governors of the All Progressives Congress (APC) of preparing the ground for anarchy in the country through their virulent utterances and outright confrontation posture over the Naira redesign project of the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN). In a statement by his Special Assistant on Public Communications, Mr. Frank Shaibu, the PDP candidate sympathized with Nigerians over the hardship they were facing over the Naira scarcity, which was having unintended consequences. Atiku's accusation came as the ancient town of Shagamu, headquarters of Shagamu local government area of Ogun State, was yesterday morning thrown into chaos as angry youths protesting the scarcity of the new Naira notes attacked branches of 4 commercial banks and other public facilities in the town. Following the nationwide broadcast by President Muhammadu Buhari directing the recirculation of the whole 200 naira and that the 500 naira and 1000 naira should cease to be legal tender, the Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai made a counter-broadcast directing the people of Kaduna to ignore the presidential broadcast and continue to do business with the whole notes. He cited the Supreme Court interim injunction as reason. Also following Rufai's footsteps was Kano State Governor Abdullahi Ganduje, who threatened that any bank that refuses to accept the old 500 naira and 1000 naira notes will be destroyed. We will not tolerate such disobedience from any financial institution operating within our jurisdiction. Governor Ganduje further disclosed that the space of the destroyed banks will be used for building schools. We will convert the space of the destroyed banks into schools that will provide quality education for our children, he had threatened. Governor of Ogun State, Dakpo Abiodun, also threatened that the Ogun State government will be revoking the certificate of occupancy of any corporation or store that rejects the old Naira notes from members of the public in the state in exchange for goods and services. Also, Governor Bello Matawale of Zamfara had ordered the arrest of anyone who refuses to accept the old 500 naira and 1000 naira. But Bayelsa State Governor Senator Daoye Diri and his Osun State counterpart, Senator Ademola Adeleke, yesterday sued for calm following the raging controversy over the Naira redesign policy. Adeleke also warned against holding of new Naira notes by commercial banks, calling on the CBN to sanction financial institutions involved in such anti-people activities. Atiku, however, said the inciting comment by some APC governors, wherein they threatened to shut banks, rejecting the hold notes, had emboldened rioters to burn down commercial banks. He said Abiodun, who had threatened to revoke the certificate of occupancy of banks rejecting the hold notes, was acting like a dictator, and this had evoked rebellious actions. Atiku stated, the president made it clear that the old 1000 naira and 500 naira notes are no longer legal tender. Those who are dissatisfied with the president's proclamation should go to court rather than resort to self-help. 2 wrongs do not make a right. Governor Dakpo Abiodun, who is the #1 citizen of Ogun State, ought to know better. However, He has been threatening to revoke the CFO of banks that obey the president's proclamation. This act of defiance has evoked rebellion, hence the riots and burning of banks in Shagamu, Abeokuta, and Mowe. Subscribe, like, share, comment, and please turn the notification bell on. Thank you. Atiku, in the statement by his aide, knocked the All Progressives Congress APC chapter in Ogun State for distributing hold notes to voters ahead of the election, as seen in viral videos. He added, in viral videos all over social media, agents of Governor Abiodun could be seen sharing the hold notes in envelopes branded with the governor's picture, convincing the supporters that the notes remain legal tenders, contrary to the CBN policy. It is obvious that Governor Abiodun's concern has nothing to do with the pains of the people. It is only because of the inability of his party to buy votes. If we may ask, where did the APC in Ogun State get the old notes that are no longer in circulation? These are funds that were stashed for vote buying. He also noted that Governor Godwin Obaseki of Edo State had accused APC chieftain Adams Oshiomhole of sponsoring the riots in Benin, which he said was clear evidence that the APC was behind the riots. Oshiomhole is one of the biggest critics of the Naira redesign policy. It is not surprising that Governor Obaseki, who is the chief security officer of the state, has established that Oshiomhole is behind the riots. The APC really needs to stop provoking these riots, the statement added. Shaibu also knocked Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai and Abdullahi Ganduje of Kano State for trying to provoke civil disobedience in their states. He said, the APC and their governors do not love the masses. Their only grouse is their inability to buy votes because of this policy. Nigerians must not be deceived by these unscrupulous politicians. Atiku's aide called on the Nigeria Police Force, the Department of State Services, and other security agencies to infiltrate the ranks of those staging riots with a view to identifying their sponsors. He said the ultimate goal might be to force the Independent National Electoral Commission to postpone the election on the grounds of insecurity. With elections less than 5 days away, the ultimate goal of the sponsors of these riots may be the postponement of elections. We commend the military and the police so far for curbing some of these riots. However, we call on them to go a step further by identifying their sponsors, he said. That's the news, guys. Thanks for listening. Until next time, bye.